Here with men's hockey coach Bill Moore. Coach, the season gets underway this weekend at the MIAC Showcase. You guys have been practicing for about 2 weeks now. Let's talk a little bit about how the preparation for this weekend's been going.
Sure. It's been a real good 2 weeks. Unfortunately for us, compared to some of the other teams, the first week is obviously tryouts. So we really had our first varsity practice on Monday of this week, so it gives us four good practices to prepare for the showcase. Where teams that don't have to have tryouts obviously get 2 weeks, but we have a huge advantage in the fact that we've got a lot of returning players and don't have to really go over too much of the basics. Guys already know our systems. It's just making sure they're doing them well. It's making sure that our line combinations are working properly. And I think as the NCAA makes the game tighter and tighter, it's making sure that your special teams are ready to play.
You know, it's kind of an understatement that you got guys that have some experience. You've got 16 juniors on the team. Both of your goaltenders are seniors. Talk a little bit about the importance of that experience and what those guys can bring to this team.
Well, I think it's really, really important to us because, you know, you look at last year with 14 one-goal losses when you count empty netters. It's just, you know, a lot of that was a goal here, or making a big play at the right time, being able to finish and put the game out of reach. And we didn't do that last year. You know, now we're junior, senior oriented. There are no excuses of inexperience anymore. Now it's a matter of just doing the job and getting it done. And I think we're very, very excited about that.
Let's talk a little bit about your team in general. We mentioned that you have two senior goaltenders in Andy Scheib and Jason Horstman, which certainly will help you from the goaltending standpoint. You've got some experienced defensemen along with some very talented newcomers, so that defensive mix is going to be a little bit of old and new.
Absolutely, and we'll start with our goaltending, and obviously Andy Scheib and Jason Horstman have been playing the majority of the game since they were freshmen. They're seniors now. We're going to miss them very, very badly, but it was nice to pick up Christian Gaffey, who is a sophomore transfer from the University of Minnesota Duluth, and playing very well, and again fits right into the locker room situation, and a great character kid, so we're very excited about him. Defensively, right now we've got 4 returners. We've got one returner that's out right now with a bizarre injury. He's got a torn trachea, but he'll be back. That'd give us 5 returning defensemen, and we have 3 freshmen that stepped in and are now part of the top 6. Right now, I'd say when we look at our defensive core, we're very physical. We're very solid back there, and very excited about it. AJ Miller, Bob Marks will definitely be stalwarts on our D. We will get a lot of time out of some of the freshmen, Joey Van Antwerp, Adam Robson, and you know, we expect a lot out of those guys. So it is what it is, and we'll make sure that they're working hard. From the forward side of things, we've got 3 lines this year that we feel can score. We've got Belko and Wentland, who are returning all-conference and all-conference honorable mention players, Belko being all-conference, and Wentland being a former honorable mention player. And then we've got another guy with them that Austin actually played with in juniors, named Nick Galano. And those 3 will definitely be a scoring threat every time they're on the ice. They get up and go, and they're fun to watch, and they move well. And in fact, they had 5 goals in the red-white game. We've got another line that's made up with Bobby Thompson and Michael Hill and Jed McGlasson. They have a lot of speed, and Michael Hill is a Division I transfer from the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Bobby Thompson has had a phenomenal start of the season, and Jed plays with all his heart every single day, and he's got to be one of the fastest guys in the MIAC. Loves to play gritty, loves to play hard, and very, very excited about that. And then you look back at our other line, and you've got Nick Nagel, and you got Nick Gorup, and Navarone Copley. And Navarone's a freshman, Gorup is a senior, and Nagel is a junior. And you know, when you talk about those 3 lines, you can't even say 1, 2, or 3, because in our program they've all been part of that 1 time before or 2 time before. So we're again very, very excited about that.
You know, everything you've talked about really lends to the fact that you're so much deeper this year than maybe you have been in the past, in that you've got three solid groups of defensemen, and you've got four solid lines where you don't have to try and hide a line or have to try and finagle. It seems like the depth of this year's team might be as talented as any you've had.
Absolutely, and I think going hand in hand with that is when we needed a big goal last year, it was going to have to come out of probably out of the Belko line. And Nagel got some big goals for us last year as well, but in general in the last 3 years it's had to come out of Belko's line. Well, now we got three lines that we can get a big goal out of at any time, and that depth hopefully will take some of those 1-goal losses and turn them into 1-goal wins, or 2 or 3 goal wins would even be better.
Let's talk a little bit about the weekend. You kick things off this weekend at the MIAC Showcase. You've got Bethel on Saturday, and then you turn around and you play St. John's on Sunday. How do you approach this weekend in terms of what do you want to see from your team, aside from 2 victories for St. Mary's?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, and I think everybody remembers that last year in the 9 games that were played, all 9 games were 1-goal games. And so right now we expect battles both nights. I think that we have to be mentally tough and mentally strong, because we do have one disadvantage in that we play Saturday night and Sunday afternoon, where St. John's plays Friday night and Sunday, gets a lot more rest, gets a day to practice in between. But we've got more experience, and we should be able to overcome that little bit of a disadvantage. But I think the biggest thing that we want to see is that we want to see them compete. We want to see them put some pucks away, and obviously we want to see victories.
Okay, season kicks off Saturday evening, 5:30, and then Sunday at 1 o'clock up at Fogarty Arena in Blaine, MIAC Hockey Showcase. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.